So when I was sitting in this dental chair, I had so many thoughts. I even imagined how many people would go through the same thing I was going through, because dental pain is very, very, very bad. Those who have had the experience with the dental pain, you know how traumatizing it is. And some people, by the way, when they get that sorted, they never ever want to come back to a dental clinic for fear of getting that pain back. But I thought so much and asked the dentist, what can I do to do this? And the first thing he told me, because I remember I was in senior 4, he told me, it's not really a good job for ladies, but if you want, you can really work on it, and you can do these courses and do this. And I asked him, how can I reach people? He's like, people come to your clinics, or you can do other things to make sure I reach people who are in the same situation like you. So he just told me, just be good with books and you'll see what happens. So from that time, I got the interest. And when I finished my senior 6, still everyone in my class was thinking of me being an actress, or becoming a lawyer, or becoming a historian. So when I went to HSC and I was offered science subjects, now that was a turn. So everyone was wondering how I was going to change my character, change my love for camera, change my love for people, talking about telling stories and explaining things, to turn it into medicine. Because we have this idea about doctors that if you're a medical personnel, you have to be very humble, reserved, you're not supposed to talk a lot, you're not supposed to be like really outgoing that much. That's the idea people had. But then I am me and I'm different. So I knew if I became whatever I became when I grew up, I think I would make it fun and enjoy it. So my campus came, we did dental, we had the introductory, and I fell in love with dentistry. I realized that I could reach a lot of people. I remember the first time I went to a village. I always complained at home, like if there is no toothpaste, I'll be the one making the biggest noise. I'll be like, we need toothpaste, it's very important. And when I was given a chance to be recruited in a village, I first went to Arua, and I was put in a village whereby I had to teach people baby steps on how to take care of their health or dental health and how to help them. When I entered the room, the first thing I was talking about is like, oh, you need to have a toothbrush. And they're like, what is that? So I realized we needed to really give people awareness. People didn't even know what a brush was. People didn't even know what toothpaste was. And I had to go home and think of all these ideas. And I asked my parents so many questions of how can you keep your teeth if you cannot access such things. So I think in third year, me and a couple of friends, we created a group, and we'll go to different companies and request for toothbrushes and toothpastes and do outreaches. That's how I got my love to start telling people about dentistry. By then, social media was not anywhere, and we used to do everything locally. So you go to a school, people from the village come to that school, and you give them a checkup, you talk to them about dentistry, you play games that can connect to dentistry, you get like papers with the missing teeth, and people would take pictures, and then it was kind of fun. So we used to do that over and over again. My love for dentistry was growing, and I wanted everyone to feel like teeth were important the way I felt. So I qualified as a dentist, and when I qualified, I was again so lucky that I got still employed in an area whereby it was a bit, can I say, the area was a bit modern. Like I was in LifeLink, which you can receive any kind of patients. Now to me, my patients were not my patients. My patients were people I would talk about teeth. They would ask me questions about teeth, and that gave me a lot of joy. So that inspired me more. And when I traveled, that made me a different dentist from the usual dentist, because now I knew I could join social media, I could join my online everything and impact it on dentistry. So people used to wonder, who is this dentist ever talking about teeth? Since 2014, I've been talking about teeth like on Facebook. I've been on live talking about gum diseases, talking about root canals, caries, children dentistry, adult dentistry, everything, because I wanted everybody to love the thing I love and to know that this is not a big deal. If you took care of your teeth earlier, You will not go through all these other problems you don't even understand when the dentist explains to you. So my love for dentistry grew like that. And at the moment, when I look at the way dentistry is right now, we have so many brilliant dentists in Uganda. They are very good at work. But you can find a dentist sitting in a clinic for over a month and getting a few patients. Whereas the patients are there, but they don't know they have to come to you. So sometimes I realized, instead of educating the public about dentistry and them thinking I'm the only dentist they can go to, nobody else they can go to, so I started inspiring some of my friends to make sure they do some videos and talk about dentistry and talk about what they can offer. Because, you know, dentistry is like they're being a dentist like a saloonist. Different people are good at different hairstyles. That's the same thing with dental. Some people are very good with surgical work. Some people are very good with cosmetic work. Some people are very good with normal things. So the dentists have to find their strength and then tell the patients, talk about it everywhere. And then these patients realize you can relate with this dentist. Because if I came to you and I told you, oh, I've ever had a toothache, I think you'd want to know how I felt and what I did about it. And if I'm a dentist and I'm going to go in depth and tell you what causes this toothache, how can you prevent it, I think you would want to know all that. But if you just come to my clinic, you might look at me as an angel who has bright teeth and has never suffered in their lives. And you look at me talking to you and you're like, do you know what you're talking about? But if you know, like, if I go on my social media and talk about my dental issues and explain to you all these things happening, I am very sure you'll be wondering, okay, what's next? So that's why I got into this kind of media and dental treatments and explain to people in a layman's language without using our language that annoys everyone. So in conclusion, take your dental as the way you take care of your general hygiene. Because imagine you spent 8 days without showering. You don't give yourself water because maybe you don't know that showering is good. But remember, you're stinking. Your friends around you might not say it, but will reduce in number. Or even you'll be near them because you don't shower, they'll start holding their noses. Maybe one bold person will tell you this. That's exactly what's happening to your teeth. If you don't take care of your teeth, your friends will start scattering. Only one will come to you and tell you, man, your teeth, you have a bad breath. But do you know all these things you could stop them just by going to a dentist and just sitting there and explain to him, you know what? All I need is my yearly clean and I'll be fine. And this dentist, it's their duty to teach you all these things. If I notice you have a bad breath, it's my duty to explain to you why and where and how you can go about it. But it starts with you. You have to create this relationship with your dentist. First step, go there, just have a chat and see what happens. And you never know, you may be held for life.